Last night, Elon Musk's son, X, closed his eyes and entered a world where silence spoke louder than words. In that quiet, a figure appeared. Calm, powerful, gentle. Jesus. Not a storybook Jesus, but real, alive. Jesus looked at X, eyes full of understanding, as if he saw every secret worry and every hope. X felt a warmth spread through him, like the world's weight suddenly lifted from his shoulders. Jesus didn't say much, but his presence was louder than any speech. Peace, overflowing in every moment. Around them, the dream shifted. Peaceful fields, soft winds, and the kind of quiet that fills the soul. Jesus walked beside X, showing him that hope is never lost. It just waits, quietly, inside us all. Tears came to X's eyes, but they weren't sadness. They were relief, a soft release of fear. A hand on his shoulder, a silent promise. You are never alone, even when the world feels cold. And then, X woke up. But the peace stayed, a secret flame burning bright inside. It started with a quiet night, stars shimmering like tiny secrets waiting to be told. X felt a calm unlike anything before, a strange warmth washing over his restless mind. Suddenly, the room glowed soft golden light, filling every corner with peaceful silence. A figure appeared, not just any figure, but one glowing with compassion and strength. Jesus stood there, eyes kind yet powerful, inviting X to listen with an open heart. Why am I here? X wondered, curiosity replacing the fear that once held him tight. The silence broke with words that felt like a gentle embrace. Wisdom and hope. Jesus spoke of love, forgiveness, and the power of dreams bigger than the night. Every word wrapped around X like a promise that things could always change. And in that moment, something inside him shifted. A new path quietly unfolding. Jesus told X, "Your dreams are seeds. What you nurture grows beyond your sight." X listened intently, feeling the weight and wonder of every message spoken softly. The world waits for light, for those brave enough to shine through the darkness. X's heart raced, realizing this dream was more than just images in sleep. It was a call, a mission, to be a beacon, no matter how small the spark. Jesus smiled gently, reminding him that even the smallest light can guide many. Faith isn't blind. It's seeing with your soul what your eyes cannot yet. The room pulsed with a promise that hope could move mountains inside hearts. X felt tears, not of sadness, but of sudden, overwhelming clarity and peace. This was no ordinary dream. It was a map for a future full of purpose. But Jesus warned, the path is never easy. Shadows will try to steal your light. X understood now that dreaming was not enough. Action was the true test. Doubt will knock, fear will whisper lies, Jesus said, but hold fast your vision. X pictured the struggles ahead, yet felt braver than ever before. Strength is not in never falling, but in rising stronger every time you do. The dream faded slowly, but the words stayed, etched deep within his soul. X woke up, heart pounding with the weight of what was given and what lay ahead. The media's buzz was loud outside, but inside him, a quiet fire burned fiercely. This wasn't just a dream to ignore. It was a call to change, to lead. And, for the first time, X believed that even he could be part of something greater. Daylight brought clarity. The dream's message stayed vivid, like a guiding star. X looked around, seeing the world with fresh eyes, full of hidden possibility. Conversations shifted. His words carried the weight of something deeper, more true. People noticed the change, that spark in X's eyes they hadn't seen before. The media waited, hungry for answers, but X knew this was bigger than fame. He wasn't just a kid with a famous name, he was a messenger of hope. Quiet moments felt sacred now, where dreams and reality started to intertwine. X began to understand that faith was a journey, not a destination. Every step forward was a step into unknown but promising terrain, and with every breath, he felt ready to share his dream with the world. The dream replayed in his mind, Jesus' words like a secret code waiting to be unlocked. X realized the dream wasn't just for him. It was a message for all who listened. Love fiercely, the dream urged, and let fear be the fuel, not the jailer. He felt the weight of responsibility, but also an incredible freedom to choose. The world was watching, but X knew this was his moment to redefine what mattered. Jesus' gaze in the dream was full of unwavering belief in him and in hope. X vowed silently to carry that light, even when darkness tried to close in. Every heartbeat echoed a promise to fight for dreams that uplift and heal. The media's questions would come, but X was ready to answer with truth. This dream wasn't an ending. It was the powerful start of a new story. Jesus promised, "You will not walk alone. The light will always find a way." X felt the comfort of unseen hands guiding him through the storm ahead. His dreams became anchors, steady in the wild seas of doubt and noise. Faith is your shield, love your sword, Jesus said. Use them wisely. X's soul ignited with purpose, burning away the fear that once held him back. The media's glare no longer scared him. It was just another spotlight on the mission. Every challenge became a chance to prove that hope could conquer all. X embraced the promise, a future where dreams and reality could unite. The dream gave him courage, not just to survive, but to inspire and lead. And as the sun set, X knew he was ready for whatever came next. The dream faded, but the mission was clear: to spread light in dark corners. X stepped out, feeling the weight of expectation, but also the thrill of hope. Each conversation, each word, was now a chance to build something bigger. Media cameras flashed, but X's focus was on hearts waiting to be touched. The journey would be long, full of trials, but his spirit burned bright. Dreams aren't just for sleeping. They're for waking up and making real. X carried Jesus' message like a torch, lighting the way for others lost. Every doubt faced was met with a smile and a stronger step forward. The world didn't know yet, but X was ready to become a beacon. This was just the beginning, a story unfolding with every breath he took. Doubt crept in when the spotlight dimmed and the noise around grew loud. Critics whispered, "Is this just a dream or something real to hold on to?" But X remembered Jesus' words, to hold fast when shadows tried to steal light. The first test was tough, shaking his faith and pushing him to his limits. Yet, even in the darkest moments, a small flame of hope flickered within. He reached out to those who believed, drawing strength from their shared dreams. Every setback became a lesson, every failure a stepping stone to something greater. The media's questions grew tougher, but X's answers grew stronger and clearer. He learned that true courage was standing tall, even when the world doubted. And in that test, X discovered that his dream was bigger than fear. Slowly but surely, the light X carried began to touch more hearts around. People started to listen, not just to words, but to the hope behind them. The dream grew wings, soaring beyond what anyone imagined possible before. Jesus' message echoed in every act of kindness, every brave step forward. X became a symbol, not just of fame, but of faith and fearless love. The media no longer questioned. They watched in awe at the change sparked. Every smile, every tear, was proof that dreams could heal and unite. X felt the joy of knowing that he was part of something eternal and true. The journey was far from over, but the light would never fade away. And as the stars shone bright once again, X dreamed boldly and woke inspired. X's dream wasn't just his. It started to ripple across hearts worldwide. Strangers felt the warmth of hope, like a gentle fire sparking inside them. The message of love and courage spread faster than anyone expected. People began sharing stories of their own, battles and tiny victories. The dream became a movement, uniting voices from every corner of the earth. X watched, amazed how one night's vision could awaken so many. Jesus' words echoed louder. Faith isn't just believing, it's acting together. The media couldn't ignore the wave of change growing beneath the surface. This wasn't just a dream anymore. It was a shared heartbeat of hope. And X felt humbled, knowing his light had sparked 1,000 others. But every wave meets resistance. Storms came roaring, testing every flame. Critics shouted louder. Doubts turned to storms trying to snuff out the light. X stood firm, remembering Jesus' promise, "You will not walk alone." Support came from unexpected places, friends new and old standing strong. The storm raged, but every drop of rain only strengthened the roots beneath. X learned storms don't break dreams, they purify and sharpen their edges. Faith became his anchor, steadying him when the world spun out of control. The media spun stories, but the light inside X refused to dim. He knew storms would pass. What mattered was the dawn that followed. And with every thunder, the dream grew louder, stronger, unbreakable. Sometimes victory doesn't roar. It whispers quietly in moments unnoticed. A single smile, a helping hand, small sparks that fed the growing fire. X saw these quiet wins as proof that change was happening inside souls. The dream wasn't about grand gestures, but everyday acts of love and courage. Jesus' message came alive in the kindness strangers offered each other. The media missed these moments, focused on noise, not the silent triumphs. X cherished these victories. They were the true markers of progress. Each one was a seed planted, destined to bloom in time's perfect season. The dream became less about fame, more about genuine, lasting impact. And in these quiet moments, X's heart swelled with deep, peaceful joy. Just when things seemed darkest, an unexpected ally stepped into the light. A skeptic turned believer, drawn by the undeniable power of the dream. This ally's voice added strength, turning whispers into powerful anthems. Together, they forged a new path, blending courage with newfound wisdom. The media buzzed. Now the story had layers no one saw coming. X learned that sometimes allies come from the most surprising places. Jesus' dream wasn't just about one person. It was about unity and trust. The Allies' faith sparked new hope, lighting the path with fresh energy. Together, they showed the world the unstoppable power of belief joined. And X realized that true strength lies in the bonds we build, not just dreams. Everything changed when the dream shifted from hope to undeniable action. X's message inspired projects, initiatives, real steps toward making dreams real. The media spotlight turned from questions to stories of transformation and change. People everywhere took part, no longer just listeners, but doers and dreamers. Jesus' words had moved from dreamscape to streets, schools, and hearts. X felt the thrill of watching a dream become a living, breathing force. Doubts faded as evidence grew. Change was not just possible. It was happening. The dream was no longer fragile. It had become a powerful wave of good. Every new step was a victory, a testament to faith in action. And, as the world watched, X smiled, knowing this was only the beginning. But even heroes faced doubt, shadows creeping quietly inside the brightest hearts. X wrestled with questions, wondering if he was truly worthy of the dream. The weight of expectation pressed down, threatening to crush his courage. Jesus' voice echoed softly in his mind. Faith sees beyond what eyes can see. X learned that doubt wasn't weakness, but a call to deeper trust. In those quiet moments, he found strength by embracing uncertainty with hope. The dream demanded vulnerability, and X chose to face it bravely. The media sensed the tension, but X stayed grounded in the bigger picture. Doubt became a stepping stone, not a stumbling block on the path ahead. And in that struggle, X's light burned, brighter, fueled by honest courage. Just when he thought the journey was all struggle, a gift appeared. A simple moment, a child's laughter, a stranger's gratitude. Pure joy. These gifts reminded X why he started, why the dream mattered so much. Jesus' dream was never about fame, but about spreading joy and love. The media caught glimpses of this joy but never truly understood its depth. X felt his heart expand with every small act of kindness he witnessed. The dream's power wasn't in grandiosity, but in simple, shared humanity. He realized the greatest. Gifts often come when we least expect them, and these gifts fueled his soul, readying him for whatever lay ahead. With gratitude in his heart, X stepped forward, stronger and more hopeful. X's voice grew stronger, resonating with truth and unwavering hope. Every word carried the weight of the dream, touching hearts near and far. The media now listened, amazed by the depth behind his youthful courage. His story became a beacon, shining through the darkest corners of despair. Jesus' message of love echoed clearly in every speech, every conversation. People found comfort in his words, hope in his unwavering belief. X's dream was no longer his alone. It belonged to all who dared hope. The journey was far from over, but the path was clearer than ever. With every speech, X inspired others to believe in their own dreams, and the world started to change, one hopeful heart at a time. The dream became a legacy, a story passed from heart to heart. X understood that true legacy isn't fame, but the lives we touch. Jesus' message lived on in every act of courage and love shared. The media chronicled the journey, but the real story was in the people. The dream sparked generations, planting seeds for a future full of light. X saw beyond himself, knowing this was only the beginning of something greater. Every challenge, faced was a lesson for those who would follow the path. The dream was a flame, passed carefully from one hand to another. And in that passing, X found peace. The dream was eternal. This was the legacy he would leave: hope, faith, and endless possibility. As dawn broke, X stood,